Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. We are live. It is championship quarter-final time. The big leagues, ladies and gentlemen, the big leagues. 51 seconds left and then we will have kickoff in the first of the championship quarter-finals, playing for a spot to get to the last four. We've got New Zealand versus Argentina right now. We will then be following that up with the Blitzbox versus Ireland. That kickoff is at 10:30. Still quite a few hours to go until then. I hope you've got all your beverages. I've definitely got mine and definitely been on the beverages. So yeah, if we can't find names, if we slur a little bit, I mean, can you really blame me for having a few beers? I mean, it's the Rugby World Cup Sevens, isn't it? So if there was ever an excuse to really get stuck into the lagers, this is it, isn't it? And there we go, Argentina versus New Zealand. The team's coming out. Still quite a few hours until the Blitzbox will take to the field. That will be the final match of the evening at 10:30, so very much a late match for those who are at the stadium. And looks good to see the stadium is starting to fill up a little bit. Hopefully we'll see a packed-out stadium when the Blitzbox take the stage. I reckon a couple of people are probably jumping into a bit of a dinner for the evening before they settle in. It has been a very long day for all the people that are in the stadium. I think the first game was at 8:30. So it has been a pretty long day for those supporters who are down there. New Zealand, one of the favourites for the tournament, looking to try and make sure they can get into the semi-finals. But Argentina are a side that play very much off emotion, and if they can pitch up a couple of very exciting players. I was quite impressed with Jacques and De La Vega last night. I thought the German Schultz was pretty good for New Zealand. You've got to look out for the likes of Sierra Malia, who's the captain, as well as Sam Dixon, who's co-captain this side. Lots of experience there. We have got kickoff here. The whistle has gone. And New Zealand kicking off. They're playing right to left, going down. It's the first take for Rodrigo Isgro. Massive hit coming there. Nagami Harvey Black making that hit shot. Early opportunity for Argentina going down the left-hand side. Being brought down. Argentina going to have to be after their best. They're going to try and get through the semi-finals. Now, opting to go to the boot. Not too many chases there, so New Zealand will be able to reel us in pretty easily. But from a field or territory position, pretty well back there. It was like, Cole, you got that back now. Managing to keep that inside. Good work there from New Zealand. Still back inside their own 22. He's going to have to try and run from the 22. Opting not to kick. Long pass out wide. It takes a bounce, but it's well taken. And he's got the gas. He's got the gas. Very good by Moses Leo, but he has been read in. And the ball's coming a little bit loose from Argentina. So all of a sudden, Argentina in the attack. They've got the numbers. Drawn pass. Matthias Osaduk taking it through into the 22. Now, knocked down there, and a bit of a hit off from Argentina. So I think going back for a penalty almost looked a little bit cynical. Obstruction is the call. Will be a penalty for Argentina just inside the 22. Just shock and horror. The New Zealand commentator saying that the call is wrong. Who would have expected that? They've only met once in the Rugby World Cup Sevens, and it looks like New Zealand did win that game. I'm trying to read that stat there. Right, Argentina going towards the left-hand side. Very strong carry there. Good carry there by Luciano Gonzalez. In the scrum position is Gaston Rival. Running the hands here. Skip pass. Oh, he's got the... Can he get away? Oh, out the chickering pass. That's brilliant. Brilliant handling. Argentina over. German Schultz with the first try. The chicken wing pass, you got to appreciate that, don't you? I mean, first of all, I think he didn't even need to make it. I think he had managed to get away from him. But just for good measure, getting out to German Schultz. Yeah, sucking in as a player. And it's a brilliant offload. Brilliant score from Argentina. First blood. Yeah, I mean, look, take a bow. Matthias Osadzuk, that's a brilliant offload to get him into the gap there. And New Zealand, who are one of the favourites for the tournaments, not the start they would have wanted. I'll try and sort out the scorecard a little bit now. They go young from Rival, and it's got into touch there on the bounce though, so it will be a New Zealand line out. We'll sort the scoreboard out in a second here. It is 5-0 to Argentina. Now, good solid line there from New Zealand, going all towards the right there. Now down the outside there. Can they go away? Can they go all the way? Ball over the top to the captain. And New Zealand are over and under the post, more importantly. Perfect response there from New Zealand. Trying to sort the scoreboard out a little bit. So it's 5 points for Argentina. Getting a home score there going. New Zealand striking back. A little bit too easy for Argentina, must be said. The defense lacking a little bit, but New Zealand remaining in the contest, getting that try underneath the poles. Conversion is good, so they'll go to 7. So with a 2-point lead so far, New Zealand. No, there we go. 7 points to 5 is the score. And it's a good retain from there from New Zealand, but it is a knock on there, so it will be Argentina ball. Moving to the last, within the last 2 minutes of the first half. 2 points is the score line, so still very close down in Cape Town. It will be a massive upset if Argentina do manage to hold on or manage to get back into this game. He says, who are you hoping SA faces? I don't really care, actually. I don't really mind. I mean, again, if you want to be world champions, you've got to be the best. To be the best, you've got to beat the best. So, I'd rather be playing the likes of an Argentina, for example, than a New Zealand when we do face them. But, massive scrum they're coming from New Zealand. And it's a penalty. Huge scrumming they're coming from New Zealand. Absolute decimation there in Argentina. And they're going to have to try and sort that out. They want to be, they want to sort out, my green screen's all gone on haywire, yeah, so we're just trying to sort that out a little bit quickly. No, wait, that's not what we want to do. .28 seconds left on the scorecard. Alright, sorted out there. Arsenal go to the front of the line out. A bit of a messy line there for last 5 seconds here for New Zealand. Try and hit back. They can score here. New Zealand very much in the driver's seat going into half time. Very strong carry there coming from the co-captain. That's Dixon. Good hands here, cutting inside here from Moses Leo. And the ball's coming a bit loose now. Gonzalez trying to put it forward. New Zealand looking to try and keep things alive. But I think it has gone out, so it will be half time. Right, so half time. Just 2 points in it. 7 points to 5 at half time. Argentina hanging in there, but yeah, work to do here for New Zealand. They haven't been quite as clinical as they'd like to be. A bit of an upset here if Argentina can do the work. And I think the biggest thing, biggest frustrating, I suppose, for Argentina has been the fact that they started well but not been able to capitalize. And New Zealand has settled into themselves quite well. But just a 2-point game, so one try could be the difference. Quite cool that as we kind of expected, the first of the championship quarterfinals, and all of a sudden the game's getting a little bit tighter, a little bit more competitive, not too much dominance here. I mean, we saw, I think it was over 100 tries on the first day of the Sevens World Cup. Far fewer now going as we enter sort of the latter stages. Teams far more playing against their sort of caliber, a little bit more balanced. After this, we will have the New Zealand Sevens women's side against Ireland, followed by the men's French side versus Australia. Back to the women's for France versus Fiji. Back to the men's for Samoa versus Fiji. USA versus Canada. And the final match, the big match of the evening, is Ireland Sevens taking on South Africa. At 10:30, we will be live for that game, so don't you stress. We'll see you a little bit later. Plenty of time to get a couple of lagers into you, settle into the evening, and then watch the main event as the Bisbox looks to try and go all the way, really, and become the first team to win a home Rugby World Cup final. Okay, I think hopefully the sound should be back there. Thanks for letting us know. It's a bit of a messy restart. Argentina almost getting possession back. It has gone out there. I just need to sort out the scoreboard a little bit, and we'll sort that out in a moment. Right, and we should be fine with the scorecard as well as sound, so let us know that all that's fine. Dixon getting a bit of treatment at the moment. Seven 5 New Zealand, just 20 seconds so far in the second half. These two teams very rarely reach. I mean, that's quite interesting when you look at certain teams who always seem to play against each other. These two teams have not met each other too many times in the World Series nor in World Cups, so not very familiar with each other. You go to the front of the line out. No issues with it being straight. Attacking from deep here. Really good tackle there, Mugabe Black, but a penalty for Argentina. De La Vega wants to take it quickly. Shifting towards the left. Good hands here. German Schultz. Ball comes a bit loose and it goes out just a little bit too frantic there from Argentina. Got to be a bit more disciplined than that if they want to try and go all the way. Can understand the likes of De La Vega trying to take that quickly, but you've got to be a bit more clinical. You've got to be a bit more patient. 6 minutes. You only need one try and not to concede one. So you've still got time. You know, I think that's sometimes a bit of an issue when it comes to sevens, is that you, whilst there's not a lot of time, there's sometimes more time than you think. Rolling more here from New Zealand, and the break. Well, I thought about the break there, did Rocca. Oh, but a charge down from the kick, and it's fallen into Argentina's hands. De Vega. The ball comes loose, it is a knock-on advantage. Now New Zealand building from the back. That's a really strong... Oh, he's still going, and he's away! He's going to go all the way here. No one's going to stop him. Moses Leo has decided to go towards the corner, and he's back, and he's over. Moses Leo, well, I mean, you talk about end-to-end stuff. So frustrating, heartbreaking even for Argentina. They were all on the attack there. The ball coming a bit loose. Moses Leo gets away from a couple of defenders, and then bang, puts the hammer down. Yeah, and I think it's the tackle there from Gaston Rival. It has to be made. As soon as the tackle isn't made, it's a desperate chase down from Gonzalez, but he's just never catching Moses Leo. 11 on 11 was it? And Moses Leo managed to cut inside as well to make the conversion a little bit easier, and they managed to nail the conversion. All of a sudden, this game looks a little bit more one-sided than it was earlier. Yep, no issues there from the... Oh, no, he's missed the conversion, has he? Yeah, I think he's actually missed the conversion. So 12 points to 5. So a converted try from Argentina will level things. So things still a little bit up for grabs. But that's a huge blow against Argentina. And especially given the fact that they were on the attack there. It's a good, it's a good competition there from the lineup there from the free start there from New Zealand. But Argentina have managed to keep things back, but under a lot of pressure. Need to get this ball out here to Argentina. Well back in their own half, something they're in 22 even. Gonzalez taking it up himself, being a little bit out muscle. Man needs to try and run to the referee here. The referee deciding that he's going to have to stop it because he has been taken down. The referee's just nowhere. Dixon's down, clutching his head. The referee's on his backside. He's not seems to be getting out. I think we might have a referee that's injured here. Yeah, all good, Chief. No, we're live here. 3 minutes and 41 seconds left of the match. As I said, 3 hours until we will have the Blitzbox back in action. Huge game, huge game. We cannot stuff it up. We cannot stuff it up as the Blitzbox. We've got to make sure we can get things done. Dixon down, bit of a head clash there. Not looking too happy with life. Gonna update the scorecard. Right, there's the correct score for New Zealand. 12 points to 5. Now 12 points to 5 is the score currently. Argentina got to score next, and a converted try will make it even Stevens. They've got 3.5 minutes to try and make that work. Oh, the referee's got a bit of blood, so we're gonna have a change in referee. You don't see that too often. And the referee with the head clash is leaving with a bit of blood, so he won't be available for the rest of the match. So we'll have a change in referee. Not something you see every day. So I think it looks like there will be one of the linesmen will take over, and then one of the and the fourth official will now take on the linesman duties. Well, that's not something you see too many times. Change the referees, bit of a head collision going off for an HIA. Right, so Sam Dixon has left the field as well as the referee. And eventually, after a bit of a prolonged start, we will have play resuming. It will be a scrum for Argentina. They'll have to go end to end inside their own 22. Time's finally back on. Pop up. Thought about going to the... Oh, it's a nice little handoff there. Eventually taking it into collision. Now Argentina working towards the right. And De La Vega decided to use his physicality. Bumps off one. Penalty of Argentina. Probably not the worst idea, just to slow things down a little bit. Watchalong, the man penalised. You can see the last two penalties. Maybe not the worst idea from Argentina, just sort of kick this up a little bit, find a little bit of possession, get themselves into a better part of the pitch where they really want to be playing. And they find touch at halfway. Right. Levian off the bench will be throwing this into the line out. They go short. And it's well read by New Zealand. Desperately trying to put it out as De La Vega, but it is got into touch. Really poor from Argentina. They need to try and make that count. And after having going short there, New Zealand thinking about taking it quickly, but then realising they probably just need to slow things down. They're 2 minutes away from a championship semi-final here on New Zealand. Anton Ngashu is on the park as well. New Zealand, the current Rugby World Cup Sevens champions, looking to go back to back. Yeah, no rush here. Very good overlap there. Shu there now putting on but losing a possession. Argentina just knocked it on as well. So it looks like it will be an Argentina scrum with a double knock on there. Right, just over a minute left here for Argentina to try and conjure up something. Otherwise, it will be New Zealand that will progress to the championship semi-finals. There is a replacement here. Lewis Ormond on the park as well. Looks like you have a double replacement as well. As Rocco does depart the pitch. And replacement of Kurt Baker on for New Zealand as well as Lewis Ormond. Right, Argentina will go end to end here. Anything less and they are out of the running. They work towards the left. They've got numbers. Got to throw that long pass out here. Trying to get away from one defender. It's eventually run down. Managed to get the offload away. A lot of pressure being applied to the replacement for Argentina. Tobias Wade. Now inside. Towards the right. Lavien taking it up now. Trying to straighten there. Spinning away from the tackle there was Rodrigo Isgro. Good hands needed here. Gets away from the first tackle. Got to make that offload. Does get that offload away. And Wade's off it on the side. Cutting inside here is Mateus Osoduk. And a penalty for Argentina. They take it quickly as well. They've got men out wide, but he decides to go himself. Strong carry there being made by German Schultz. Gonzalez goes very direct. Now back to Schultz. Gonzalez almost trying to get away from the one. Just trying to create that overlap. The hooter has gone for full time. If Argentina do not score, and they've knocked it on. Well, that'll be it. That'll be it. Argentina are out, and New Zealand are the first team to get to the championship semi-finals. And deserved. It must be said. I must say, you know, they were the better side, and they will progress. So big game there for New Zealand. Big victory for Argentina. Their road comes to an end. So if the Blitzboks do win their match later against Ireland, they will be taking on New Zealand. We'll be live in a couple of hours for the Blitzboks versus Ireland game. So make sure you come and join us then. Until then, please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve, and I'll chat to you guys in a few.